Y'all know before I ask, man, I'm gonna get right into it. Now, CJ So Cool exposes CJ on 32's and Royalty's secret relationship. Now, if y'all have forgotten, CJ on 32's used to stay at CJ So Cool's house for prolonged periods of time with the kids, play video games, kick it, go out to dinners, all that. Now, CJ is claiming during that time, CJ on 32's and Royalty got caught in the act. Man, let's get right into it.
Hey, Fab, you right. Man, we used to get punished for disrespecting any adult. Right or wrong, Royalty has to do better as a mother, and that's why we had to separate. She would allow Jalea to just do a lot of this, Nation to do a lot of this. Leon would just be like crying, like, why y'all keep yelling at my dad? That's how Leon would be. Me and Leon would go out, work out at the gym with Kevin, come home, take.
I want to stop right there. Just like in the last video he posted, I don't excuse nobody's behavior. Now, CJ, so cool as well. At first, when there's a plethora of videos I've made about CJ, so cool. I mean, going at the kids, claiming that they had something to do with that shooting and etc. But at the end of the day, he had to pay for what he said. That's why he had took a couple L's. But now that the tables is turned, and you look at some of the things that he's unveiling, you have to pay attention. One of those things is Royalty never ever tried to discipline her children when she was talking to an adult who paid the bills in the household. I don't give a damn what somebody says. You have to make sure your children are not being disrespectful to the individual who is their father. Now, a lot of people gonna be like, well, not their biological father. And guess what? Then stop complaining. Stop complaining. You can't have it both ways. It's either he's their stepfather or this a person that was in a home that was just dating their mama. But regardless, a child should never be coming off abrasive, blunt, being this overly critical of what an adult is talking about. It's just not in a child's place.
A run for 2 miles, like I explained earlier, then go boxing for 3 hours, then come run again, come home, take a shower, go to a restaurant and eat, come home, go to sleep, wake up, repeat. Royalty and the girls were so jealous that we was doing things without them, but I was trying to bond with Leon. I was trying to make him a better man. And hanging around the females every day, all day wasn't doing good. Like they was just bashing him all the time, name calling him all the time. He getting into it with females every day, all day.
Now, think about this. I've been said this a long time ago. That's why when you date single mothers and this new age way of thinking, when you separate, these women gonna take those children away from you because you're not biologically connected to them, and they will sever that relationship, and then you'll never be able to get those kids back. And everything that you built with them is going to be thrown out the window, excommunicado, because you're not able to maintain a fruitful relationship because you're not biologically connected. Therefore, you don't have no rights to those children. That's the sad part. That's what being a step crash dummy is. Shout out to Antoine Danes. But
And now look, it's the same thing happening right now, except he not getting into it with them. I'm getting into it with them. It sucks. They suck. They hate men. They literally should just date women.
now Leon should have always been with CJ So Cool because he had no male example. A lot of y'all was saying Rico this, Rico that. No, he was not a good example. This dude ruined his career in the NFL. You mean to tell me you made it into the NFL and you ruined it because you trying to act gangster, because you trying to be something you not? This is what I'm talking about. People will settle for anything when they dislike someone because they have a biased nature because they fanned out. Some people really stands. Y'all be acting like some stands out there.
Jessica, you right. You really did, though. That's the sad part about it. But you're making up for the time with Kamari now, and that's okay. Mari rides hard for you, and it's beautiful. That was in response to my question. Said I did more for her kids than I did for my own kid, and I'll never do that again. It sucks because look how they acting.
Well, he should have never did that in the first place. And I know he did not want to have a child with Nike. And I know it was like one of them situations where, you did what you did, but you got to own up to your mistakes. If you haven't unprotected anything, you got to be prepared for the end result because those things can lead to a plethora of issues. So many avenues you can go down with that. But he should primarily be the main custodial parent of um Kamari because right now her being in Gary, Indiana is not the best situation. She has a lot of negative influences and people are not guiding her in the right direction and not leading her in a pathway to righteousness and a virtue that she needs as a woman growing up, a young woman, she needs to become a virtuous woman. Because you're never going to become a virtuous woman if you're around a whole bunch of women who are just degenerates and who don't have a care in the world and still acting like they 17 years old when they goddamn in their 30s and late 30s. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Come on.
Literally turned on me like I was the op. Really? They asking me how did I catch royalty and CJ on 32s. Well, y'all do know that he used to live with us some of the time. For a long time, he would just stay at our house. And it's crazy. I really don't want to bring it up, man, because it was at the time I was hurt. I was like, dang, that's crazy. But then I had to play it off like I ain't noticed. You know, we used to go to the parties. I used to spend so much money on clubs. Everybody would be drunk. Not me. I'd be like tipsy, but I never, ever, ever get drunk. That ain't what I do. I actually don't think men should get drunk. And CJ on 32s didn't drink at all. So he was sober. That's why I was upset. I couldn't do nothing because royalty was drunk. And I just saw her coming out of his room like, what the freak? It was the weirdest stuff ever. Anyway, yeah, I done been done dirty so long, it don't even make sense. Y'all know she
So, like I said before, when CJ on 32s was staying with CJ for whatever period of time, he's trying to say that when he went out to the clubs, and if you watch the videos back then, they used to go out frequently. And he never, drank, just like CJ on 32s don't drink. But Royce, he would. And he's trying to say that allegedly at one point in time, he was probably in a home. Everybody was tired, or whatever the case may be. You just create that scenario based off of what he's saying, putting two and two together. And he saw her coming out of his room in a very questionable manner. And he was like, what's going on here? Now, a lot of people gonna be like, man, why would you believe what CJ saying? Then why the heck you believe what CJ on 32s and anybody else said about CJ, especially when the case was dropped? You see, people are so funny. They'll believe one thing because they just so biased, but another thing they won't. They're the type of people that only believe in a part of the Bible, but not all of it because it don't fit their life and their narrative.
left me, went to Funny Mike house, took the kids, came back because I put on a private jet. I had to promise the mother of the twins that I would put on a private jet and buy her a new chain if she leave Funny Mike house and come home. What was I thinking? I was insecure. I was very insecure. But
And you know what it is? CJ ain't no saint. He used to cheat a lot. But at the end of the day, people know what they sign up for. They just act like it's brand new when other people find out about it. That's what I hate. It's like, you got a screwed up relationship. You just get mad when other people get to chime in on and say, damn, why you in this situation? Now you want to act like you embarrassed? Come on now. But let me know what you guys think about in the comments about this secret relationship between Royalty and CJ on 32. And